Hey, this is Bob Guest with the Bob Guest team at Keller Williams Realty. Thank you for tuning into my blog. Today we're going to talk about taxes and tax appraisals. Please look below for a quick link to search for homes that are available in the area. This is an accurate search. It's very accurate. Don't go to Zillow or Trulia. And there's also another link for a home value report or evaluation to determine the actual value of your house. That's all for free, and we'd like you to take advantage of it. Today I want to talk about taxes because we're coming up to tax season, and there's some good information I can give you about that. We estimate, and experts estimate, that about 50 to 60% of properties are actually overappraised in the Williamson County and Travis County areas. In fact, it's very likely that your square footage is inaccurate too on your tax appraisal. It's likely that your tax appraisal is inaccurate on the high side. The tax appraiser's job is to look at similar comparable sales to your house and determine the market value of your house. A lot of times they fall short of that. They can't go inside your house and look at what's inside your house, so they have to make a judgment based on the exterior and based on the site. For example, they may look at pools and add some value for that. To be armed when you go to the tax appraisal's office to fight your taxes, you need to know two things. You need to know what your house is worth based on comparable sales for that tax year, and you also need to know what the size of your house is. One of the first things you can do is look at, if you have a lender's appraisal from when you bought the house, there will be a diagram of your house there that tells you your actual square footage that's probably very, very accurate. First, look for that. Look for your lender's appraisal. They have to give that to you when you buy a house and you get a loan. Second thing is, contact me and I will give you comparable sales for the tax year so that you are armed when you go to the tax district to fight your taxes. Okay, now here's what you do when you go to the tax appraisal office. First of all, you have to be very, very polite. Nothing, no anger, no frustration will work. So you have to be very, very nice. Don't make any bonehead comments, I call them. Bonehead comments are like, well, if it's worth that much, why don't you buy it? That won't move you forward. Or if I could sell my house for that value, I'd sell it right now. Those are what I call bonehead comments. They just don't make any difference. What you do when you go to the appraisal district is you talk to the appraiser as politely as possible, because you're going to go in and talk to an appraiser first before to see if we can work it out before you have to go to a board or a hearing or anything else like that. So you talk to the guy very, very politely, and you say this, say in a gracious and professional way, I appreciate your time, and I know that your goal is to appraise properties fairly. That is my goal as well. Here are the comparables that I found on my house, and based on these comparable sales that occurred last year or during the tax year involved, I feel that my house is worth this, X, whatever that amount is. With these comparables in mind, how close can you get me to my goal of this price? Can you get me a little bit closer? And then just let the appraiser talk and see if he can come up with an answer. He's likely going to go over his comparables, and then generally he has some ability to adjust your price, probably 10% to 20%. If you get any of those adjustments down to your price that I came up with, or that are actually based on the actual size of your house and the actual solds, then you've won. You've done a great job. But just don't argue, don't fight. The key is to be polite. Hey, that works. Don't argue, don't fight, just be polite. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate all the business you've sent me over the years. I really, really appreciate it. Our entire business is based on your referrals, and we want to thank you again for that. And in return I'd love to help you appraise your taxes and maybe save you some thousands of dollars on your taxes this year. We're always happy to help. Call me at 512-699-6911 or email me, bob@bobguest.com, if you want help fighting your taxes this year. And thanks again for watching my blog. Have a great one. Bye-bye.